Strength isn't always measured by muscles or fame. True strength is what allows a person to stand tall, even when life is constantly trying to knock them down. Chuck Norris embodies this kind of strength. Beyond his Hollywood persona, his resilience comes from surviving hardships that most of us can't imagine. From a childhood filled with fear and violence to the discipline of military life, his story shows that real strength is forged through adversity. It's not loud or glamorous. It's quiet, persistent, and built from a refusal to give up on oneself. Early life in Ryan, Oklahoma. Chuck Norris, born Carlos Ray Norris, grew up in the small, quiet town of Ryan, Oklahoma. Life in his family's home was far from peaceful. Their house was old, worn down, and filled with tension. Poverty was constant, and the sounds of anger often replaced any sense of normalcy. The environment was dark and frightening for a young boy. Every morning reminded him of what they lacked. He saw his mother's struggle and his father's bitterness, learning early that life could be harsh. These early experiences became the foundation of resilience that would guide him through adulthood. A father, haunted by war. Ray Norris, Chuck's father, had fought in the military and returned home a changed man. War had left deep scars, breaking something essential inside him. Instead of healing, he turned to alcohol, often directing his pain and anger at his family. His presence created fear, not comfort. Nights became chaotic, with chairs thrown, doors slammed, and screams echoing through the house. Chuck learned quickly to navigate the turbulence, understanding that silence and caution were sometimes the only tools for survival. Witnessing his father's struggles left a profound impression, teaching him that anger could consume if left unchecked. The light of a mother's love. In the darkness of his childhood, Wilma, Chuck's mother, was a beacon of hope. She carried the immense responsibility of raising 3 boys under harsh conditions. Despite their poverty, she maintained her faith and courage, often praying for her children's safety and future. She carefully saved what little money she could, only to have it taken by her husband. Yet her perseverance and love created moments of light in a home dominated by fear. Wilma's strength and faith became lessons for Chuck, showing that courage and resilience often come quietly through love and sacrifice, rather than through loud gestures or heroic acts. A childhood marked by fear. By the time he was 14, Chuck's fear had grown alongside him. He was no longer just a quiet child, but one shaped by years of witnessing and enduring violence. He learned to suppress his own emotions to survive. One night, when his father's anger escalated, Chuck faced a crucial moment of courage. With a hammer in his father's hand and fear coursing through him, he stood firm to protect his mother. That night, the boy who had lived in fear began to transform. Bravery was not the end of struggle, but it was the first step in forging the strength that would define him. The escape to freedom. At 16, Wilma made a decisive choice to leave Oklahoma with her sons. California represented not a promise of wealth or comfort, but a chance to escape the chaos and start anew. For Chuck, the move was more than a geographical change. It was the first breath of freedom he had known in years. Though the scars of poverty, fear, and sleepless nights remained, they became the foundation of his inner strength. The trials of his early life didn't vanish. They transformed into resilience and resolve. This escape marked the beginning of a journey that would mold him into a fighter, both in spirit and body. Discovering discipline in the military. At 18, Chuck joined the Air Force, seeking structure and an escape from his past. The military gave him something he had lacked in his childhood: discipline. Far from home, thousands of miles from Oklahoma, he found a space where order could protect him from chaos. Life in the service wasn't about fame or success. It was about survival, growth, and focus. The regimented life taught him self-control and perseverance, laying the groundwork for the mastery of martial arts that would later define him. This was the first time that discipline became a tool to strengthen both mind and body. The challenge of South Korea. Stationed in South Korea, Chuck faced a new world of culture, language, and expectations. At first, he was shy, awkward, and uncertain, a far cry from the confident martial artist he would become. Martial arts did not come naturally to him. Training was frustrating, with repeated failures and the constant sting of imperfection. But every time he fell, he reminded himself that he would not become the boy who gave up. The mats became his classroom, and every challenge taught him patience, focus, and resilience. This struggle transformed martial arts into more than a skill. It became a method to conquer fear and master himself. Martial arts as a language of strength through taekwondo and judo, Chuck discovered a language that spoke to both mind and body. Each kick, strike, and pose was a lesson in control and discipline. Martial arts became a refuge from the noise and fear that had defined his childhood. The hours of sweat, pain, and repetition were more than physical exercise. They were a way to rebuild his spirit. Fear melted away with each disciplined practice. The quiet strength he developed on the mats echoed the resilience he had learned at home. Here, he transformed scars into skill, proving that persistence and focus could turn suffering into power. The formation of a fighter. Every hardship Chuck endured contributed to the fighter he became. His childhood, filled with fear and scarcity, gave him an unyielding resolve. The escape to California and the structure of military life strengthened him further. Martial arts taught him self-discipline, resilience, and the ability to face challenges head-on. These experiences layered together, molding a person who could not be easily broken. Chuck's strength was not the result of fame or accolades, but of endurance, courage, and an unshakable determination to overcome. He became a man who could stand tall, no matter the trials life presented. Beyond physical strength. Chuck Norris's story shows that real strength goes far beyond what we see on screen. It is the ability to endure, to rise after being knocked down, and to channel hardship into growth. Life had tested him relentlessly, but instead of being defeated, he transformed pain into purpose. His journey reminds us that resilience is cultivated quietly, in moments when no one is watching. Strength is not flashy. It is the silent commitment to keep moving forward, the courage to protect what matters, and the perseverance to continue, even when the world seems set against you. Legacy of courage and resilience. Today, Chuck Norris stands not just as an icon of film and martial arts, but as a symbol of perseverance. His life is a testament to the idea that strength is forged in adversity, that courage can thrive even in the darkest circumstances, and that discipline and determination can transform any broken past into a foundation for greatness. From Ryan, Oklahoma, to the global stage, his story inspires countless people to face life's challenges with bravery and resilience. Chuck Norris demonstrates that the strongest victories are often internal, quietly fought, and deeply personal. Conclusion. The quiet power of adversity. Chuck Norris's journey from a frightened, impoverished child to a disciplined, unstoppable figure shows that true strength is born in struggle. His life exemplifies how courage, perseverance, and discipline can turn even the darkest experiences into power. Real strength is quiet but unwavering, molded by adversity and refined by persistence. Chuck's story reminds us that no matter the challenges, the ability to stand tall, protect those we love, and keep moving forward is the ultimate measure of a fighter. Strength is not given. It is earned through the resilience and heart.